everybody. Wall Duelist here. They have arrested Farfa thinking he was me. Me and him do look a lot alike, so I expected this to happen. Because of this, I am now safely able to release more videos. I expect 3 million subscribers by the end of the next week because I started with a small loan of 500 subscribers, and believe me, I know what I'm doing.
Hey fisherman, Aqua here, and I've been absolutely enjoying the Gate Guardian deck since the support. It got amazing memories. I've been testing so much stuff with this. I've been really trying to push this deck to limit. I mean, I've already done 2 deck profiles on it, and the second one I posted, I got 3rd place with. That, like, it's just kind of crazy to me. I'm kind of surprised with myself with how much I've been able to push this deck and how much testing and such I've done. So, obviously, if you guys can tell, the build from the first deck profile and the second deck profile are just very different. I mean, outside, like, you know, the Gate Guardian cards themselves, just really different. I have tested so much stuff for this deck, and I really wanted to share with you guys some of just the better tech choices that you can play in this deck that aren't in my, you know, current final builds. I'll explain why I'm not playing them in my current final, you know, as far as like why they're not in my current and final build, as they're going through the video. But these cards are really worth just playing and trying out. So the first tech that I want to recommend you guys is Performapal Popper Up. Now, this was actually recommended to me in a comment on the original Gate Guardian deck profile that I posted. So I just want to say thank you to the person who commented, you know, sharing this tech, because I'm not gonna lie, I forgot this card existed. I've never been really big on the Perform Paul stuff and all, so yeah, I feel really dumb, so thank you. But this card's actually really insane, and it's actually a lot better than that level 7 draw spell that pretty much just about everybody playing Gate Guardian is playing. With Popper Up, you can send up to 3 cards to your hand to the grave. You draw that many cards. And then you can ignore that big text about, you know, if you have like a Performapal, Odd Eyes, Pendulum Magicians, because we ain't playing that shit. Let's be real here. We're not playing it, so just ignore it. And then you take 1,000 points of damage equal to the amount of cards in your hand. So if you're going first, it's going to be 4,000. If you're going second, 5,000. So what's really cool is that sets you up for the Ryukoku Guardian, which that card's really good. That card's already got FTKs out the ass. It's just, that card's an FTK machine. It allows for a lot of FTKs, so that's pretty cool. But the thing is, rather than just drawing 2 cards, you know, for that, like that level 7 draw spell, this gets you 3, and then you can set yourself up to the grave per se. Because here's the thing. The Gate Guardian combined can fuse itself by using pieces in your grave, or, you know, your hand or field, but it can utilize the pieces in your grave. And then here's something else that's really cool. The Prey of the Jurigumo, Ryukoku Guardian, and then is it double attack of Wind and Thunder, if I remember that's the full card name. You know, just those Gate Guardian spells and then the trap all have an effect in the grave where you can banish it to either add a banished copy of one of 3 pieces to your hand, or you can add a piece from the deck to the hand. So let's say you had like one of each of those 3 and you had Performapal Popper Up in your hands. You could effectively discard those, draw 3, and then just get a essentially free Gate Guardian combined. Now, that's pretty crazy. I mean, you know, the chances of you having that exact hand are pretty slim. I mean, even if you're playing like 3 copies of all of it. But still, like, it's kind of crazy just of how much Performapal Popper Up can really just set you up in this deck.
So, as good as this card sounds, and with how much it helps the Gate Guardian deck, why am I not playing it? Honestly, I feel like it's a budget version or budget alternative to the Magician Souls engine. While both don't do the exact same thing, think they try to accomplish the same goal in a sense, and that's fuel the grave and boost consistency. They go about it differently, Even though the Magician's Souls engine takes up 7 slots, you have a higher chance of going off with the Magician's Souls engine, and what I like about it more than Popper Up is that it can specifically send the Kazujin from deck to grave, giving you guaranteed access to that piece of Gate Guardian. I think that's a good trade-off for getting to draw less cards that Popper Up. I also, the synergy the Magician's Souls engine has with the Gate Guardian field spell. Essentially, the field spell produces cards for souls to send to draw cards, so in a sense I'm going plus off my pluses.
So the next tech that I want to recommend, and this is my absolute favorite for Gate Guardians, like I love it in this deck, that is Heavenly Zephyr Midora. So the thing is, this card's effect and activation cannot be negated, which is really good. So if your opponent summons a monster from the extra deck with 2,000 more attack, you drop this bad boy from your hand. And then, if it's summoned, you target a monster your opponent controls that was summoned from the extra deck, and you don't negate the effects. You just basically tell your opponent they cannot activate those effects. Neither player can activate, those effects, basically. This doesn't negate. This just says no. This just tells your opponent, no, you can't do that, buddy. And I like that. And your opponent can't stop this card from, basically being summoned or using its effect, which is awesome. But, they can still basically out it. So the thing is, you need to protect this card, okay? But what's awesome is the Gate Guardian deck inherently just protects this card in a sense. The field spell literally says only level 5 or higher monsters can attack the turn they're summoned. Okay. So if they're playing anything level 4 or lower, they're playing Link or XC, anything that doesn't have level, they can't attack the turn they're summoned, so that's cool. And then Gate Guardian Combine, if your opponent activates an effect that targets any card you control, you basically get to negate that shit, and then I believe you destroy, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. Anyways, just the way Gate Guardian functions inherently just protects this card. So I feel like this card's really just definitely worth playing. The only literal reason why I'm not playing this card right now is because my deck is already at 43 cards, and I really don't want to, make the card count any higher. That is literally the only reason why I'm not playing it. Honestly, if my deck was at 40 cards, I would just play this and make it a 43 card deck, but I'm already at 43, and I really just don't want to go any higher. That is the only reason why I'm not playing this card. It is so good in Gate Guardians. So the last tech choice I really want to talk about for this deck is the Ascended of Thunder. So it's basically a level 7 extender, and it has some very niche uses. It sets you up for Ryokoku Guardian because you have to pay 3,000 life points to summon this thing. But also when going into time, this can kind of be a dick, especially when mixed with Ryokoku Guardian, because you can crash this thing and gain 5,000 life points. So basically you pay 3,000, you're at 5,000, you half your opponent's life, put them at 4,000, and you crash with this, gaining 5,000, and yeah, that's just, it's kind of a dick move right there. Especially, you're in time, and then you have your Gate Guardian monster that has gained 4,000 attack. So if you can't kill, your opponent has to do an insane amount of damage right there, and I don't think they're going to be able to, pretty much do this in time. So, yeah, that's a very dick move right there. So, big reason why I'm not playing this is because, like I said, it's level 7 extender. This gives you access to rank 7s. And I feel my extra deck is just too tight as is. Like, there's nothing I actually want to take out for a rank 7. And there are some really good rank 7s in the game. And the reason why I don't want to take anything out is because, I like having the options for the synchros with the p.u.n.k package. Because the thing is, the p.u.n.k package, I feel, just brings so freaking much that I don't want to cut anything from my extra deck. Even though I have a few cards that are, technically different options for different scenarios, they're just too valuable, I feel. And if I'm not going to play a rank 7, I honestly am not getting my full value off the Ascended of Thunder. And on top of that, too, I also have the issue of basically the punks lowering my life points which also sets me up for the p.u.n.k Guardian play. So I feel like, in a sense, the punk engine is just better, and that's why I'm not opting to play this card right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed all the Gate Guardian content recently. And I'm sorry I've just been pushing out on Gate Guardian, but I've really just been enjoying this deck. So I wanted to, do content I enjoyed, and I kind of felt like I had a lot to say about Gate Guardian because I've just been playing this deck so much, since it came out. So hope y'all really enjoyed it. Go ahead and harpoon that subscribe button, really helps the channel out. Harpoon that like button. Comment any comments y'all have to say. Link in the description down below to my Instagram if you want to follow me on there. Link in the description down below to my TCG Player store if y'all want to buy some cards, help the channel out. That also works. I will see y'all in the next video. Finally done with all the Gate Guardian content. Feels so freaking good. I can finally work on other things now. And I don't gotta work with that try anymore. You know what? I'm gonna celebrate. Oh man, I partied so freaking hard last night. Wait, Trump, what the fuck are you doing in my house?
People pay to watch this stuff, and I got it for free. You are a very sick man, by the way.
Bro, I told you last night you were done.
Listen here, you goddamn fat motherfucker. I will have you know that I've fucked bitches uglier than you, and I'm not afraid to do it now.
Okay, listen here, Trump. I told you you were fired. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. Choice is yours.
Okay, listen here. You Hillary Clinton's fat little brother looking sack of shit. Nobody can fire Trump. Nobody can stop me. I will destroy you and everything you and that stupid, unfunny idiot behind the camera hold near and dear, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is my channel now, and nobody can stop me.
I see you choosing the hard way.